and then I think we can plow through this. But there's so many interesting points in this book. I wanted to. I mean, I've read it like 7 times now. I wanted to share it. You know what I mean?
I do. I was thinking about some kind of video for it too, so I'm glad you did this.
Yeah, I mean, I only put like a tiny bit of the stuff that he put in the book in my slideshow, but geez, man, it's like amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got a lot out of it myself. I'm just feeling like fantastic about pretty much all of life since we started reading that, or since I started reading that.
No, I couldn't agree more. I mean, like, it's doing something to me that I can't really describe, but I just feel like totally fearless. And that's awesome.
I agree. I am right with you on that wave.
All right, I got my screen shared here. Let's go through these mastermind principles. I got a baby on my back, so I'm in baby heaven.
Heck yeah, man.
I got my Isabella. So can you see it, bro?
Yes.
All right, you read, I'll read.
The purpose of the mastermind is to learn leadership, build teams, and create multiple sources of income together.
We are here to inspire and challenge each other to reach and exceed goals.
Each member is committed to their own success, as well as the success of every member of the group.
We are committed to meeting in person or virtually for 1 hour every week.
We are present. There is no multitasking or distractions during meetings.
Sorry,
Perfect
bro.
timing for that one.
We are collaborative. We listen without interrupting, lecturing, or judging.
We celebrate each other's successes without jealousy.
We are honest and participate by giving thoughtful feedback.
We are open and listen to different perspectives without being defensive or offering excuses.
We trust fellow members enough to share fully.
We are focused, but we also think it's important to have fun during meetings.
We are real and authentic. This is a no BS zone. We allow ourselves to become completely aligned with each other and the high forces, one mind, one soul, one love.
Noble Goldman mission statement. Noble Goldman International is a conscious, aware, and engaged global community of abundance and freedom creators.
Our mission is to create 1 million millionaires who are free from the time for money paradigm. We focus on creating multiple streams of income through masterminding, team building, and the effective utilization of the internet-based platforms.
The mastermind becomes an opportunity for self-mastery, where the self-transcendent shift from the me to the we to the us occurs. As congruence and engagement increases, the world's consciousness is then raised one meaningful and inspired relationship at a time.
Awesome. All right, let me stop sharing so I can see you. Hey, everybody. My name is David Meyer. I'm the mastermind team leader for Noble Goldman Freedom Creators Personal Development Mastermind Group. We also have a paid leadership mastermind group called NG, Infinitely Powerful Souls. It's an absolutely amazing place to be. We're going to change the world. We're going to be the change we wish to see. And most importantly, we're going to focus on 3 areas of self-realization. Leadership development, that's necessary to realize your true potential in every area of your life. And then we're going to focus on character development, because your character is your destiny. We can make this a better world. We can be kinder. We can be more loving. We can, be the change we want to see and lead in that, or lead by example in that way. And then spiritual development, because something we talk about often is your soul is infinitely powerful. That's something that Sri Chinmoy said. Can you introduce yourself to the people watching, Matthew?
I'm Matthew Collinson. I am with David here in Noble Goldman. I am now a leader, which has been recent for me. So it's a fun transition to experience a new side of life. And David has introduced me to a whole new world with this mastermind. So I appreciate that.
Oh, dude, you are glowing, man. I can just see the smile on your face. You're happy. You're doing what you love to do. Let me share my screen. So what we're going to do today is we are going to summarize a book that we're masterminding over in our personal development group, the NG Freedom Creators. It's called You Too Can Be Prosperous. And this is such an amazing book. I've read it 7 times now. And the core principle idea is he wants you to say, I am prosperity 100 times, multiple times throughout the day. And you'll find that it has a very calming effect on your mind. because Lao Tzu said mastering yourself is true power. So when you start taking control of your mind, you start taking control of your destiny. And I wanted to share with you some of the key points from the book. I could not fit them all into the slideshow, but there's so many amazing things that I want to share with you today. I know that you are going to love this book, and I want to share with you the key principles, because we're going to mastermind over this book 2 more times. How have you enjoyed the book so far, Matthew?
I've listened to it now 3 times because I'm an Audible fan. Haven't gotten a hard copy yet, but I have found the same thing as you. Actually, that calming effect is a great way to describe that. It has like totally shifted my mindset, because I was kind of like, me and my wife, we've just been kind of floating the past pretty much year, since, because I've been out of work from the COVID stuff. I had gotten laid off right before that. So it was just one of those things that just happened, one thing after another. But as soon as this book was introduced, it seemed like everything began to get better. And then I actually started seeing the results of doing the exercises within the book. And that's where the magic has really happened for me.
That is so awesome, dude. That is so awesome. So we're going to try to hurry so we can get through this, because Matthew has a meeting with his wife, which family always comes first. We're here to create time freedom, freedom and money freedom with this mastermind team. So it's very important that we have time to spend with our loved ones and to do the things we love to do in life. We're all children of God, and children love to have fun, and children love to do things that they love to do. And yeah, I am so proud of this team we have here together. So we're going to summarize the book, You Too Can Be Prosperous, by Dr. Robert A. Russell. So Noble Goldman is an international community, operates according to the golden rule: do unto others as you want done unto you. We're going to read through this list really quick. I'll start off. I am prosperity.
I am radiant health.
I am unimaginable strength.
I am perpetual youth.
I am limitless energy.
I am infinite creativity.
I am infinite bliss.
I am unconditional love.
I am divine substance.
I am divine life.
I am divine spirit.
I am divine truth.
I am divine love.
I am divine light.
I am divine beauty.
I am divine joy.
I am divine power.
My soul is infinitely powerful.
My higher self moves through all restrictions and knows no opposition. It is infinitely powerful. So you go ahead and read this. This is a special prayer we do at the beginning of every meeting.
I believe that the law of prosperity operating through me is blessing and enriching all the families on earth now.
And that was inspired by Dr. Robert A. Russell. It's very similar to a prayer that he did. I just added a little bit to it and made it reach out to all the families on earth.
I love that piece. I'm glad you added that.
Yeah, I love it too. His thought inspired me so much. I'm like, I want to include that in here, but I want to expand it a little bit. So we reach out to those non-human families and all those, those things that sometimes we take for granted that make the miracle of life possible for all of us. So in the book, he says, when the thought of prosperity is firmly fixed in your consciousness, its manifestation is certain. And consciousness is what you think, what you feel, and what you believe. So when you think I am prosperity and you feel I am prosperity and you believe it, all of a sudden it starts to manifest everywhere in your life. Would you agree, Matthew?
Oh, big time. You know some of the changes I've gone through.
Yeah. Well, look at the changes we're all going through. I mean, like, this Infinitely Powerful Souls Mastermind group is only like 2.5 weeks old. And I mean, it is just blowing up, man.
It's tracking, dude. People are coming in. It's beautiful seeing the people that are coming through this.
Yeah. It only attracts the most amazing people on the planet. And I love that. So if you could read this for us, this is the purpose of the book. This is why you should either listen to it on YouTube or Audible or pick up a copy of the book, because this is what it will do for you. Go ahead, Matthew.
The purpose of this book is to plant the idea of prosperity so deeply in your subconscious mind that it will produce definite and concrete results in your life, Dr. Robert Russell. And this is true, so do it. read it.
Exactly.
Listen
Exactly.
to it.
And when he says it will produce definite and concrete results in your life, that's what we call answered prayer. So that's really key that you understand that that's what he's referring to is if you do something and it's going to produce a definite and concrete result in your life, and that's something you did is just thought or just think a thought, that's how prayer works, because, Jesus says, whatever you desire, believe you have received and you'll receive it. Well, belief is nothing more than a thought in your mind. So that's the key to understand there. After reading this book, going through it with our mastermind group one time, what do you think the prosperity book is or the idea is?
It's a thought on how to live life. It's simply an idea, but like all ideas, it can be brought forth by action, by planning, by following a process of some kind. If you follow what it says, it can become a formula, and that can be a formula on how you live your life. And that's what I'm kind of finding this prosperity idea is all about, is it's building out that idea into that full vision.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Beautifully put. So I'm going to share my ideas on this really quick. When I think of the prosperity idea, I think of that part of the part of the book, and I have it in this slideshow, where he says that once the prosperity idea begins to work for you, every single thing in your life begins to improve and change. And that's such a beautiful concept to me and a beautiful idea. And when he's talking about those definite and concrete results, that's what he's talking about, is when every single thing in your life is in a constant state of improvement. Would you agree, Matthew?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Yeah, it's an incredible book. That's why we're putting together this video, because I've read it 7 times and I just cannot help but want to share this with people. If they're not involved in our mastermind group, at least they can learn more about the book and pick up a copy or start listening to it right away. So go ahead and talk on this one. What are the benefits of the prosperity idea? I have the benefits from the book, but what are some of the benefits you noticed in your own life?
Like we said originally, the calmer mind factor, that definitely was one piece of it. Then I've actually noticed that weird things have started showing up. Like I won't even know something's going on and something magically appears in my life, and I will have, for instance, we'll go with the monetary and save some money somehow. In this case, my wife had refinanced our house and it was amazing. And it was an actual concrete example of this prosperity idea coming into fruition.
That's awesome. I love that. Anything else you have to share?
I feel like it's lifting my consciousness level to a place where I'm really starting to think about how my overall purpose is going to be prosperous for other people too, and for having that positive vibrating effect that I want to have.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I've just noticed that I just feel like totally unstoppable. And like, I just have so much passion for these things that I'm doing right now, because I feel like this idea is just welling up within me and it's just flowing through every single atom of my being. And I just feel like it's changing the way I act. It's changing the way I behave. It's changing, the type of dreams I'm going after and the way that I go after them. I feel like it's doing some pretty remarkable things. I feel like that video we put out on YouTube was just phenomenal. And I feel like that was the prosperity idea working through each one of us.
What's another example that you've
What's that?
seen? What's another example that you've really seen in your own life right now?
Well, and the one thing it says here in the list, this is just part of the list from the book. Can you see this list?
Yes.
So it says, generates peace. And last night after I got off work, I worked a long shift, a double shift at work, no breaks. Like I was trying to eat a pizza during the day. And every time I would take a bite of pizza, somebody would say, hey, one of your tables got sat, one of your tables got sat, because I'm a server. And I do that so I could take care of my baby during the daytime and do my daddy daycare thing. That's, the love of my life. But, I could not even take a bite of pizza without getting interrupted, like just over and over and over again. So it was a really long day. And so when I got to the end of the day and I got in my car, I just started saying, I am prosperity. And I didn't stop until I finished 100 times. And I also listened to that, that healing Native American music we listened to in our leadership mastermind group.
Mm-hmm.
But it had such a calming effect on me. And I just felt so at peace that I ended my day not venting and talking about all the crappy things that happen all day, but I ended my day thinking I am prosperity. It was awesome.
You have a prosperity of room that you're putting it in. You're giving it that much space.
So can you read through these benefits? These are just some of the benefits that he lists of saying I am prosperity 100 times in a row, multiple times throughout the day. If you could just read through this list, and I'll read through the next one.
Active good, amplify power, increase income, release riches, cancel debt, stimulate business, enlarge consciousness, prevent failure.
Strengthen faith, nourish aspiration, clarify vision, generate peace, heal disease, solve problems, increase ability, stimulate imagination. And there was a typo on that first one. It's supposed to say activate good. So that will just make it make a little bit more sense. But if you could read that last list.
Fulfill desires, recoup losses, remove barriers, and eliminate hardships.
Wow. That's just some of the benefits of saying that. So we'll go on to the next one. And in the book, he says that, he transformed thousands and thousands of people's lives just with this simple statement.
Mine too.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to read this one. He says, release substance, dispel fear, which is the number one cause of failure in life, neutralize worry, fire ambition. It will make you more ambitious, harmonize discord, destroy doubt, which is the number one thing that destroys human potential, according to Brian Tracy, close gaps. You can read the next one.
Intensify realization. I think I'm going through that currently. Integrate the mind, better conditions, purify judgment, substantiate claims, break fixations, and loosen tensions.
And then it will open doors, penetrate appearances, and reverse negatives. So I am so glad we're making this video because we have a lot of people that haven't been able to attend our mastermind group meetings lately. We have people that, one of them's on a ship out at sea and from Canada. Another one of them's in Pakistan. Another one of them is, experiencing some huge answered prayers in his life and, making some big moves and changes forward. And so they haven't been able to learn about this book with us, but they can watch this video and get the whole summary of the main things we've learned from this book. And that's a huge blessing to me and to our mastermind group members that are fully committed to this process. They're just really busy. So this is what he says. He says, in short, to summarize all those different benefits, it will realize the fulfillment of all your desires, every single desire you have for the rest of your life. That is an unbelievably bold statement. Don't you think, Matthew?
I think it's bold, but I think it's in the realm of reality. Like, I think it's actually, from everything I'm gathering in my own life, it's happening. So
it is happening. You can feel it. Like he said that prosperity it's not something that we have to wait for or look for or search for. He said, Dr. Robert A. Russell said, the prosperity that you seek is actually seeking you. It's looking for you. It's trying to find you. So if you could read this is one of my favorite lines from the entire book.
Prosperity, one single idea. Think of its power. Think of its far-reaching influence. The moment that idea begins to work for you, everything in your life begins to change. That moment, everything begins to improve.
Wow. Such a profound idea.
Yeah, still blows my mind every time I read it.
Oh, I know. I love it. And this is from one of our slideshows from the first chapters that you haven't been able to see this, but you'll be able to see it on our second time through. But these are some of the things that, he talks about. He says, when you say this, I am prosperity, you're going to start experiencing prosperity in every single area of your life. And he says that when you start working in this unmanifest area, which is the cause of every single thing in the universe, you start experiencing true prosperity. But what does that mean? What things in your life are you going to see increase? And these are the different things that you're going to see. So I'll read the first one and you can read the second one, Matthew. So true prosperity is measured by achievement, the amount of achievement you start experiencing, contentment, confidence, your confidence levels, the amount of freedom you experience. That's huge because that's what we're all about here at NG Freedom Creators and NG Infinitely Powerful Souls, is creating more time freedom so you can do what you love to do. You know, Steve Jobs said the only way to do great work in life is to do what you love to do. So we need that time freedom so we can do that. Inspiration, you'll be more creative. Clear conscience, abounding health, and limitless energy. Go ahead, Matthew.
Rich thoughts. I think that speaks for itself, but I think rich can mean so many things. So think about that. Deep awareness, harmonious relations with others, love and devotion of friends, guidance in times of uncertainty, and courage in the presence of fear.
Protection in the midst of danger, peace of mind, sense of joy from realizing that God is your instant and unfailing supply. And if you don't like that word God, just sub in the word universe or whatever works for you. This isn't about religion here. We're actually focused on personal development, building your network, and developing real and authentic relationships to create multiple sources of income. So you can put any word in there, but realize that whatever word you put in there is your instant and unfailing supply. It will supply you with every single thing you need for the rest of your life instantly and unfailingly. All right, so he says this in the book. He says, life is a state of consciousness. That's what you think, what you feel, and you believe. When we have said that, we have said everything that can possibly be said. And Neville Goddard said something very similar. He said, consciousness is the one and only reality. So your consciousness, what you think, feel, believe, and imagine, is the only thing that's actually creating your reality. It's the only creative power that exists in the universe itself. So this is where he describes the benefits of applying the law of consciousness in your life. And he refers to consciousness. He has an analogy where he calls it the magic box.
I like that.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So you read the first one and I'll read the next one. These are the benefits of using the law of consciousness in your life.
No more fear.
No. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, all of it? Okay. No more worry. No more lack. No more insecurity. Removes all poverty from your life. Removes all want from your life. And remove all limitations from your mind.
I love that part. So it removes any sense of strain, struggle, challenge, or restrictions. That is huge, my friends, because that's when you start to understand what Sri Chinmoy said when he meant when he said your soul is infinitely powerful. You know, when you start to feel and believe that your soul is infinitely powerful, you will not have any strain, any struggle, any challenges, any limitations or restrictions. That is a key point in transforming your whole life and why we do this mastermind group and why we believe in the mastermind principle. So it'll make you a better person. It'll make you a more useful person. I love that. And it'll make you a more effective person. And then it just gets better and better and better. Everything in your life will begin to improve.
You will find the friends you need. You will get all the money you need. You will find the right position. You will be guided to the right place.
Oh, isn't that awesome?
I'm telling you, it's happening. That's how I found you. It just put me in the right place at the right time.
Oh, yeah. You're going to find that in the next slides. It's going to explain exactly how that works according to your consciousness. But yeah, ever since I started reading this book, I just became so passionate about it. And I remember Lloyd Chambers, who introduced me to this international mastermind community, talked about starting your own mastermind group. And I'm like, I want to mastermind over this book. I want to share this with people. This truly touches my heart and my soul. And I want to share this with people. And this book was out of print for 50 years, believe it or not. So here's what he explains your consciousness where he says life is a state of consciousness. This is what he means. He says consciousness is your life. It is the creative life of God. It is everything that you have. It is where you are. It is how you work. It is what you do and how you act. So your consciousness is all the actions in your entire life is related to what kind of thoughts and feelings and beliefs you put into your consciousness. It is what comes to you. And you can read the next one. This is my favorite one, Matthew.
Consciousness is what leaves you. The kind of friends and opportunities you attract, the kind of problems you have, and the determining factor in every circumstance, experience, and condition in your life.
So you see where it says the kind of friends and opportunities you attract, and you just said how thankful you were that we attracted each other into our life.
Yes, very much
Isn't that
so.
deep?
It is, man.
And it feels like the more I say I'm prosperity, the higher quality of people I keep attracting in my life. I keep noticing that everybody that's being attracted in my life lately is vibrating at a very, very high frequency. It's absolutely like fascinating. So the last line is, it will determine the difference between succeeding in life or failing, being rich versus being poor, being happy versus sad, strong versus weak, and peaceful versus discordant. So whether you experience harmony in your life or the opposite of that.
Yes, I think that comes from the deep-seated fear of not being prosperous or whatever. That's where a lot of that discord comes into play in the world, and I think we need a lot more of the peace side of it. That's why I love this.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, I think you hit it right on the head there. You know, if we let our fears control us, they're going to lead us in the wrong direction. The Bhagavad Gita said wrong thinking is the only problem in life. So we have to figure out, if wrong thinking is the only problem in life, then what are the right thoughts? So if you could read this line for us, this is a really powerful statement from the book.
The more conscious you are of this universal substance, the more it will work for you and the richer you will become. And
the most surprising thing about the slideshow is I just put the very bare minimum from the book. So, I mean,
yeah.
Can you believe how many profound things he says in this book? And I just put I couldn't even get all the ideas into here because it's just so many things that he says that are quotable and are worth repeating. So this is from another book that he wrote called God Works Through You, but it's about these 8 different laws and these different ways that the universe works through you. And one of them is gratitude. And the chapter on gratitude is just really just one of the most phenomenal things I've ever read in my entire life. And I love this statement so much because he says, when you're truly grateful for everything, you constantly receive more of everything. So if you think about that, it's not that you will receive more of everything, it's you constantly. It's like a never-ending amount of goodness flowing into your life. It is the most beautiful thing. I mean, it's such a profound way to put this, but I've heard this thought from so many different people. Have you experienced this in your life, Matthew?
Yes, very much so. A while back, before I met you guys, and actually before that last group I was in, I decided that I was going to make my life very easy as far as success goes, because I was always fighting to become successful. I finally ended that cycle by saying that as soon as I wake up in the morning, I am going to be grateful for my first conscious breath. And from there, I just expand upon that. And everything that I'm grateful for comes to my mind that first 5 minutes of the day. My day just has opened up to beauty.
I love that. Yeah, and that's kind of how I wake up nowadays. You know, the first thing I think of in the morning is how grateful I am for the miracle of life. I look over at my daughter and I'm just just overwhelming amounts of gratitude are just flowing through me because I'm like, my daughter's alive. She's healthy. You know, she's vibrant. You know, she's laying right next to me sleeping and it's, totally peaceful. Then I look at my wife and she's alive and she's healthy and I'm alive and I'm healthy and my whole family's alive. And you just find one thing to be grateful about and then it just goes from there. It's just, there's so many things to be grateful for right now. So this is the core premise or idea behind the book. And these are things I learned from Joseph Murphy. And these are thoughts that I've learned from him that I've tried to word in my own way as best as I could. But affirmations create new beliefs. A belief is a thought that has been accepted by our subconscious mind or our soul. A thought that has been accepted by the subconscious mind executes itself automatically. It creates our reality automatically. It gets, the subconscious mind has a way of turning that into our actions and our habits and our character and our destiny. And Joseph Murphy said our subconscious convictions and beliefs end up controlling all of our conscious actions for our entire life. So when you think this thought, I am prosperity, realize that if you stick with it, eventually that will control all your conscious actions for the rest of your entire life. And that is powerful.
Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. Lao Tzu.
Wow. Isn't that awesome?
I love that one. Yeah, I love Lao Tzu.
Well, and every time you're saying I am prosperity, you are putting that thought or idea from him into action. So could you share with the group just for a couple minutes here, how is this personal development mastermind group helping you in your life? How has this helped you so far? Because you've been with us for only a couple weeks.
For me, I've been getting more and more focused, and this is just laser focused where I'm headed with that purpose that I came up with of helping people fall in love with life again. And I had to figure out a way to be creative about it because I really want to be at home with my family. So when you ran into me, it was just like that, such perfect timing. I knew it couldn't be an accident kind of thing. So I as I started talking to all of you, David, and then Vicky as well has been a big one. Phil's an awesome person. I loved meeting him. And then I got Alan. He came in with us, and another amazing person. And all these people just seem to be getting attracted to me at a much higher rate now. And I think over the past couple of weeks, it's even multiplied. So I think that's where I just have to start flowing with it and being with it. And I know what the right move will be at the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You have to trust the universe. You have to trust, yourself, because if Deepak Chopra said that you are the universe, you have to trust your higher self, your bigger self, the bigger picture, because somehow all the wisdom, all the knowledge, and all the creativity in the universe is in each of us. And we have to trust that it's going to be released through us in the right way to help us, pursue our purpose. But I love the thing that you said, you want to help people fall in love with life. But part of falling in love with life for you is spending time with your family. So you want to spend more time with your family. And that's what I want to do. I want to spend more time with my family. I want to spend more time doing things that I love to do, writing books. I want to learn how to write screenplays. If I want to learn how to play a musical instrument, I want time to do things that I love to do. And I have a full-time job. And I think sometimes that keeps me away from some of the things that I could really get passionate about. And Lao Tzu said, mastering yourself is true power. There's certain areas of life I could really master things and start becoming a more powerful human being. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, do the thing and you will have the power. And I think that thing he's talking about is the thing that you love to do. The thing that you don't have to force yourself to do or you know what I mean? It's the thing that you just want to do.
Right. But take it even further than that. Like I do that with my yard work that I do. I've changed it into a whole goal for myself. But every time I get to work in it, it's like I love doing the work that I'm doing in the yard. Some people would call it a chore. It's the same with doing the dishes. I can do the same exact thing there. It's amazing. And those thoughts just start to flow as long as you remember that prosperity idea.
Well, yeah, and that reminds me of Mother Teresa when she said, we can change the world when we do small things with great love. You can bring great love into any activity, anywhere you are at, no matter what, especially if you really believe that thought, I am prosperity, then you don't have anything to worry about. There is no, am I going to be able to pay my bills, problems? Am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to be able that it's all going to happen because it is strengthening your faith and it is increasing your income and your abilities and your confidence levels. And it is fulfilling all your desires to you. It's such a powerful, life transforming book. I'm so happy that I have people here in our leadership mastermind group and our personal development mastermind group that actually value learning and growing and developing real and authentic relationships and actually, applying the mastermind principle from the book Think and Grow Rich instead of just reading about it and say, well, that sounds interesting, but maybe I'll apply it in my next life.
It's rare.
Yeah. I don't want to wait till my next life to apply it. I really believe in the principle and I want to put it to the practice and the test. I'm going to share these last slides and we're going to finish this up. I think this has been an absolutely amazing meeting. How about you?
I love it, man. The energy's awesome.
It's such an amazing book, and I just feel so blessed to be able to share it with people. And And it's been out of print for 50 years. We are so blessed that somehow, some way, this book found its way back into print because it's changed my life. So if you could read this line for us.
Change your consciousness and you change your whole world. Your world.
Isn't that awesome?
It is.
All right, I'm going to read this. This is the thing we end every single one of our meetings. This is what inspired the NG, Infinitely Powerful Souls Leadership Mastermind Group. Your soul has a special mission. Your soul is supremely conscious of it. Your soul knows why you're here, my friends. It knows why you are on planet Earth. I don't know that myself, but your soul knows why you're here. It knows your purpose. It knows your mission. Maya, illusion, or forgetfulness makes you feel that you are finite, weak, and helpless. This is not true. You are not the body. You are not the senses. You are not the mind. You are the soul, which is unlimited. Your soul is infinitely powerful. Your soul defies all time and space. Sri Chinmoy. And again, this is an international mastermind community. We operate according to the golden rule. Do unto others as you want done unto you. Thank you so much for meeting with me today. I really appreciate everything you're doing for other people, helping them fall in love with life, but also in our mastermind group. You add so much positive energy. You do so many amazing things for us. We really appreciate you here and everything you do. And I can't believe we've only been doing this for 2 weeks. It feels like we've been doing this for a decade.
Right? I know. I feel the same way. It's like extended time.
Isn't that funny?
We have prosperity and time now, David.
Well, that's what's funny, because when I look at my daughter and how beautiful she is, I feel like she's been here my whole life, and I'm 43 years old, and she's only been here for 2 years, but I can't imagine the world without her.
It's exactly how I feel about all my kids, man. It stays with you.
She's so special, and she's so beautiful, and she's such a miracle and such a blessing. I just feel like she's been here forever, and I can't imagine what the world would be like without her. She belongs here. It was like there's been a place here for all eternity for her, and then she finally showed up and filled the place, and everybody's like, "Where you been? Like, what took you so long? And we were waiting for you." But I feel like that's the same thing with everybody in our group and in our relationship. I feel like we've been together for all eternity, and now we finally, found each other as a group again. We're like, "Oh, cool.
Hey, what's up? I knew you.
Where have you been? I've been waiting for you because I want to make this happen. I want to make all of our dreams come true. I want to make something big happen and change the world." So I'm so glad I get to do that with you and everybody in the group. Have a wonderful day with your family, friend.
You as well, man. Take care.
Take it easy, bro.
Bye.